What is going on, everybody? Dirk Vandervelde with the Ground Up Game, and today we're going to look at our foundation, right? So we finished the excavation on that first video we looked at, and now it's time to look at the foundation. So what's going on here? If you come and take a look, we've got everything poured. The actual plans, I want to show you guys the actual plans. We talked about when we first laid this thing out, we looked at the site plan, right? After we got the site plan teed up, then it's on to the actual foundation. So in our building plans, here's the foundation. What you're gonna see is this dashed line here, that represents the footing. The footing, if you come and look real quick, we backfilled up against this side, but the footing is that base right there, that wider base. And then the stem wall, which is right here, this darker component, this stem wall, it's nice and windy out here, baby. But I'm not gonna let the plans beat me. I'll wrestle these plans down. This right here, this stem wall, that is where the actual framing is gonna get built. So dashed line is footing, stem wall is where the actual foundation is. Other things to note, and we'll show you real quick, I wanna start with the plans. These are point loads, which means that in the future, when we start framing, there's gonna be a lot of weight gets transferred at these areas. So we pour these point loads to help distribute the weight in the build. So if you come into the actual foundation here, show you those point loads. We can't see them right now, but we'll walk around and I'll show you. Other things that distribute actual weight, these are called strip footings. So in here, we're gonna have pony walls that get built up during framing, again, to distribute weight as these floor joists get run. These right here are anchor bolts, so they're J bolts, and this is how we anchor down. Once we start framing, we'll anchor the framing to the foundation using these bolts. They'll get a washer and a bolt, and that's how we tie the whole system together. Other things to note when you're doing your foundation plan, and you can see it here, we prep for it. This right here is actually a prep for our sewer. So in the future, we're gonna roll these joists, and then because this has a crawl space, we planned out where all of our utilities are gonna exit the building, and we pre-planned for that because our mains have to tie into the street. And this allows us to be smart and not have to do work on the back end. So we always pre-plan our site utilities and penetrations outside of the foundation, which is key. Let's go take a look at back here so that we can make sure. I want to show you those point loads. Oh, one other thing that is key, these blockouts that you see right here, this is so that once the floor actually gets rolled, if you ever need to access and crawl under, you can actually get through these pony walls, because there's going to be framing that ponies up here. And so anyone that needs to come in, access this crawl space, these blockouts are important. We've missed them before, and saw cutting that is a pain in the butt. These point loads we were talking about, the last ones you can see right now, those are right here. So we already backfilled. There's one here, but there's also some right here, because in the future, we'll have a beautiful covered porch that comes out, and the load of that roof has to come down onto this point load. So that's what you were seeing on that foundation. Other details that really matter are to get ventilation in this crawl space. We put these foundation vents in, and you can see them all around the foundation. This allows air circulation through the actual foundation and make sure that we're rocking and rolling. We don't have any issues on that. You can also see over here, talk about utilities, it's kind of far over there. We also swept into the garage. We swept our power and our internet and cable. And the next thing that we're gonna do, let's rock and roll through here. The next thing that we're gonna do is, after we did all these utilities, right? We poured the foundation, we backfilled the exterior, tied in all of our utilities. And now if you come here, the next concrete move is we're gonna backfill. This line right here represents the top of our slab, of the slab that's gonna go in this garage. So they're gonna bring in nice clean structural, compact it down, and then we're gonna finish this garage off by pouring 4 inches of concrete with a slope towards the street. And that's what that line right there represents. So next on the scope is excavators come in tomorrow. They'll bring that rock in. We'll pour this flat work. And once that's poured, we'll have our first floor framing package delivered. They'll start rolling these joists, and then it gets really, Really exciting because we get sticks in the air. If you want to watch us bring this project to life and many, many more, just give us a follow and we will see you on the next one, baby.